Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Sheila coming to you with another review of Beyond the Gates. This is episode 8. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. The more you do like the channel, the more I do go through the algorithm, and more people will start to view my commentary. And also, please subscribe to the channel if you on the road to 7,000 subscribers. And I would love to get 100 likes every single video. Now, y'all watch the video, so just press that like button because we got to reach our goals. You hear me? And also, yeah, hit that notification button as well so that way you will not miss any video that I drop. Y'all, this episode was more like a filler, but it did unveil some things too. So, yeah, which was pretty cool. We got to learn a little bit more about a few people that were not as present that's very present now. All right. So again, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. And I love you, love you, love you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for everything. Now let's go. So now we are on the first day of Eva's temporary job inside the Richardson's home. Now she is the assistant of Dr. Nicole Richardson, and she's excited. Mind you, her daddy is Ted Richardson. Dr. Ted Richardson, yeah, she's in her daddy's house, as her mama did remind us when they did the flashback. So now, Eva gets to her job early because she's trying to make a great impression. You know, she does have big shoes to fill because Laura did work there, and Laura was almost the end all be all when it comes to assistants. And she was telling her like she had some emails that came through, a few she didn't really understand. And she was also telling her about her brunch date and all of that stuff. So, Nicole was relatively impressed. She was just like, okay, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you pretty much taken on everything. But she said, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. And as I was saying, Nicole was said, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. And so Eva is looking like, what you know about me? Like, what you done heard? But Eva, calm down. It ain't about you. It's about everything that's been going on the news with, Dana and her sister Dana and their family. But one thing about Eva, she didn't put too much on it. She was just being very diplomatic about her responses. Just pretty much saying, family go through things, all that stuff. And sometimes people react differently in situations, but it really has no effect on Eva or anything like that. And Eva's whole job is to make Nicole's job easier, and that's what she's there to do. Like I said earlier, she had reminded her that she had a brunch date with her daughter Kat, and they end up leaving. Well, Nicole ends up leaving. Now, back over at Detective Jacob's office, he is reviewing the video footage in regards to Laura's car accident. And what he does see is the motorcyclist riding the bike. But the only thing about it, when he zooms in on the tag, there is no tag there. And also the driver, the motorcycle driver, had on a helmet. So they can't identify a person or anything. So now he's in like a conundrum because he really doesn't know what to do now. And he doesn't want to give up on the case, but he really doesn't have any leads. Now he has to go over and tell the Richardsons that, they don't have any leads. Here we are with Vanessa and Diego. We already see that they got some stuff going on. We already see that there is some actual tension between the two, right? So while they're over there talking and flirting or whatever, they really couldn't even get into the flirt like they want to because of the fact Doug, Vanessa's husband, is in the background and he comes up. So whatever they was about to do, whatever they was doubt that we're going to do, it had to be put to a halt. And when I tell you, Vanessa's face was looking like, ugh, it was like, ugh, here come my husband. Vanessa is funny. I actually really like her. So now you have the gossip girls, right? The gossip girls, the tea girls. So they're sitting around having brunch or lunch or what, breakfast or whatever it is. And they just talking about, Laura and her incident and how Eva came in and she's a great asset to help Dr. Richardson and being her personal assistant. They were talking about how Eva came in. She absorbed so much energy. She really didn't have to overly explain herself. See, when Mona trained her, she didn't have to train so hard because Eva came in and she did what she was supposed to do. So they talked about that. They talked about Laura. They talking about now they're talking about Dana and everything that Dana is going through and how Mona really feels so sorry for Nicole because she has to take care of her family, which means she has to take care of Dana as well. So this is the part I really didn't understand. I was like, why is Eva running around the office snooping? I'm like, girl, this is your first day. You don't want to get caught. And these people are super rich. So who's to say that they don't have cameras in their offices, in their workspaces for situations like these? So I really didn't understand why would she put herself in a situation to get caught, because she really doesn't know what could be behind closed doors. So apparently she comes upon a drawer that was locked, and she goes over to Nicole Richardson's drawer to get the key to unlock it. So while she was about to go and get the key, then guess what? Yes, you guessed right. Cat comes in and says, "Why are you snooping around my mom's desk?" This girl gonna talk about I was looking for the stapler. Really? Now you know this is a desk, and you know that staplers are on the desk. And then she said, "Well, the stapler is right there." She was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I overlooked it." And Kat is getting a funny feeling, and she was telling her like, "Oh, so you were a hairstylist? How did you get this job?" Pretty much giving her the rundown and giving her the business. Not even the rundown, just giving her the business. Like, why are you here? You are not going to be here long. You're just a temporary assistant. Laura is coming back. Laura knows how to dress the part. Child. I mean, Eva does look cute, but them boots, baby, them, come on, not them boots. You could have did anything else but them boots. But at the end of the day, Kat is just like, don't get comfortable because your job is temporary. I was like, okay, sister to sister. Now back over at the country club, you have Doug and Vanessa. They're finally having a time to sit down and have a lunch, brunch, or dinner, or breakfast date, whatever time of the day it is. They're sitting down to have a little date because their schedules are so big, and Vanessa is always showing houses. And apparently Doug, we gonna get to Doug in a minute, but Doug says he has to do so many cardiac surgeries and so many surgeries and surgeries and surgeries. I said, where you do them surgeries at, Doug? Doug, where you do them surgeries at? And Vanessa, what you doing when you going to show these houses? Vanessa, what are you doing when you're going to show these houses? And we're going to get to that in a minute. So after even then got caught snooping through these people's offices and in their drawers, she finally gets to see her dad, Ted Richardson, face to face. He comes in. He was just like, I'm looking for my wife, Dr. Nicole Richardson. The other doctor, he said Dr. Richardson, the other doctor or whatever. I mean, it was cute how he said it. And she was just like, I'm like, baby, close your mouth. Close your mouth. Now, you don't want to look suspicious. You don't want to look like you trying to tell this man something without telling this man something. I know this your first time meeting your daddy, but you're gonna have to keep your mind and your thoughts together, please. All right. So she was like, oh, well, she went out and she's, went to go have brunch and all that stuff. And pretty much he is welcoming her on. He was saying after everything they're going through, he's glad that he has the help. So he reaches out his hand to shake her hand. Child, the girl dang near, you can tell she's sweating by the handshake. I said, girl, keep it together, baby. Keep it together. Now back over here at the country club. Back over here at the country club, this is like, when I tell you this is like a scripted text that Diego and Vanessa are working together. Vanessa cheating with everybody. I'm just gonna put that out there. Vanessa is around here cheating with Derek. Vanessa is around here cheating with Diego. And there was another guy that I think they introduced. She wanted to sleep with him too. I said, Doug, get on your job. Get on your wife so these other men can get off of your wife. But anyway, Diego goes to Vanessa and says, okay, my friend is looking for a house. And he's not in town, but he wants to speak with you, he wants to speak with you about the house and all that stuff. And she said, okay. So then he says, even though my friend is not here, can you show me the house and I will, let him know? She says yes, but we already know what it is, right? If you don't know, I'm about to tell you. So now we back over here with the gossip girls, right? So they over here gossiping, they laughing and they kiki and they talking, still talking about Danny and the situation, how she done brought the glizzy out, trying to pop out, the shotgun wet and all this old wedding and all of that, right? And Mona, she really doesn't want to get into it because, like I said earlier, she loves Dr. Richardson. Like, she has a very clear admiration for her, and she doesn't like all of the gossip talk. But at the end of the day, I mean, hey, a woman got to do, they said, now Dana said, if I was in her position, I probably would did the same thing as well. We already know what you would do, Dana, in your situation. We already know, running people off the road on a motorcycle. But anyway, so they were pretty much on, I'm saying, Dana's side, talking about you berating your wife around me and letting her live in my community, and I'm saying, want to watch me get married and all that stuff. Yes, I will pull the trigger too. All right, so anyway, now back over here with Eva and her daddy. They're talking, and he's just talking to her, just letting her know, like, he is so happy and he loves his wife so much, and by you helping my wife, you're helping me. He's just really giving her just almost a motivational speech of him really liking her presence there to help his wife. And Eva really doesn't know how to take it, because in her mind, her mom has said so many bad things about him to her. She doesn't know how to perceive it. Like, she's just shocked. Number one, this is the first time she met her dad under these pretenses. And two, he don't seem like he's that bad. So it's almost like she's torn between the two. So while they're really, talking to each other, they get interrupted by Jacob, because Jacob comes in and he says that he needs to talk to Ted. So Eva leaves and she leaves them alone, right? And but she ain't leaving them alone like that, because she's listening behind the door. And he begins to tell Ted about, they got the video footage and they seen the motorcyclist, but they don't have a good license plate number. The license plate wasn't there, and the person had on a helmet. So it's pretty much a road to nowhere, and there really is a thing. It really isn't anything that they could do. And so Ted didn't get upset or anything. He was just like, oh, it's pretty much just going to be a closed case. The only thing they can do is pretty much hope for the best, because it's like they're almost chasing a ghost. And so while they are talking, Eva hears this and she's like, she's thinking like, my mama sometimes get these motorcycles, but she just kind of keeps it to herself. Now back over back over here at the country club, Doug and Vanessa, they setting up their schemes. They already set up their schemes. Vanessa talking about she got a ping, she need to go show this house. And Doug is over here talking about he got a call from the hospital. He over there looking at beds. Child, talking about he got to go to the hospital, but he finna run down there to the gambling house, because when he gets up to tell his wife bye, one of those little poker chips falls on the table. And Vanessa peeps it like, what is this? And what's this poker chip? He said that they had like a gambling little soiree or whatever at the hospital. So it was some type of charity event at the hospital, and he still has one of the little coins. I was like, okay, cool. So now you have the family. They've gotten together to have brunch together. So they're sitting there, they're talking about Danny, how Danny is somewhere at a spa, getting a break, trying to rest her mind, child. And everybody is talking about how the video is all on social media, how media, what they said, the Breakfast Club is talking about it. Did they say media takeout, the shade room, the neighborhood talk chat, all the gossip sites are talking about it. And they're saying like, sooner or later this will go ahead and blow over, right? So they're sitting there talking or whatever, and everybody has to go to their perspective places after they finish talking. So that's pretty much what this was. Now back over at Eva's and at Dana Leslie's house. Eva gets there first and she's in a panic and she calls her mom, her surrogate mom, or mom, whichever one y'all want to say it is. She calls her and Dana Lesley comes in and she's just like, what's wrong? Like, why did you call me over here? How did everything go? Was everything fine? And she was like, Mom, I met him. I met my dad. And this is the part that kind of confused me because I know that Eva only has what her mom has told her about her dad. And it just makes her so upset. Like, it makes her so upset. And it's almost like Eva is saying the person that you're describing me is not actually the person that I met. But she did say he didn't even recognize her. Like, there was no type of you could possibly be my daughter or anything like that. Like, he didn't give none of that. He pretty much treated her like a perfect stranger. I was like, baby, you are a perfect stranger. He don't know you. He don't even know your mom. He don't even know your mama. So it's like you're getting upset with him over something that he doesn't even know. And she said she was so upset she wanted to blow up the spot right then. And the mama was like, hold on, wait. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to stick to the plan. I was like, okay, well, they're gonna have to stick to the plan. Now, mind you, back over here at the lunch date, Kat had told her mom, Kat told her mom, she was like, I don't trust that new temp that we have. I don't trust her. And she said because she caught her snooping around the office, but Nicole was like, well, she's new. Maybe she was just looking for stuff. She was like, I don't know, mama. I'm a good judge of character, and I don't like, I don't trust her. And then she went and looked at the girl Instagram and was talking about her clothes that she had on, and Laura is better because she knows how to dress for the occasion and all of that stuff. But her mom tried to assure her like everything is okay. I got her recommendation from a very reliable close source, which was Mona, and she said, don't make it seem like I don't know what I'm doing. But Kat's whole thing is, I think you're going to regret having her in our home. And not only does Kat, and then too, Kat has her own reservations about the girl because everything that just happened with Dana and Nicole, because Nicole was Dana's friend and she was young and all that stuff. So it's almost like I don't want that to happen to my family, so I'm a little bit more overprotective. But girl, what you don't understand is that girl is your sister. So if your daddy did try something with her, baby, I'm your daughter. Daddy, I'm your daughter. Okay. Anyway. So here you have Jacob and his dad, the chief of police. They are having, I guess, some type of brunch or lunch or meetup or whatever. And Jacob is really, really hard on himself because he just says, yeah, I had to go and deliver the news to Dr. Richardson that I don't have any information on the whole Laura case. And he was just like, he was really hard on himself because he was like, I don't want to disappoint you, Dad. Like, I'm really trying my best, but nothing is really pretty much pinning out in his favor. And then he brings up the incident that happened at the wedding, and he was like, I was there. He was like, I was there at the wedding and there was nothing that I did. He said he felt as if he should have did something. He said he felt as if he should have took the gun or stopped it or something. But the dad had to remind him. He was just like, look, these are Dupree's at the end of the day. And you did do something. You protected your family. So sometimes you will have to choose between your family and doing what cops would do. You're going to have to learn how to use your cognitive dissonance, meaning you're going to have to make a decision that's not going to really hurt the people that you love, because nobody got hurt at the end of the day. Like, nobody, the only thing that was pretty much hurt was a bunch of bruised and broken egos at that point. So his dad wasn't hard on him. He was like, you're doing good, you're doing fine, don't worry about it, everything gonna be fine, pretty much. Doug done made his way down here to this gambling house, and this man is losing all his money. He's losing all his money. I said, you are a, what is it, gambleraholic? You need to go to, not Alcoholic Anonymous. You need to go to Gamblerholics Anonymous. I don't know how they say it, but you need to go somewhere because you have a problem. You really do. You're using all of your money to the point to where you actually went after you lost. You went to the place where you're gambling. You went and asked them for a loan because you want to continue gambling. If you are gambling knowing you don't have the money, why are you doing it? Why are you using getting a loan from the actual gambling house to continue to gamble? That's crazy. You have a problem. And now your wife, I see why your wife out here acting the way that she act, because she's not getting something from you, and apparently you not getting something from that gambling table. Bradley, he kind of stayed back to have a word with his mother-in-law, and he's pretty much talking about he's almost an empty nester, and he wants to pretty much go back to work. And he also said that he has made a few phone calls because now he's getting that itch, like he wants to go get back into the streets. He wants to do that hard journalism. He wants to break these stories, and he wants to do something more other than be a house husband. And Nicole said, have you talked to Martin? And he said, no, he hasn't. So first step, you need to go and talk to Martin so y'all can figure out what y'all going to do in this situation. But the whole time, Martin is over there looking behind the wall, listening to the whole conversation. All right. So now I'm back over at Eva's and Danny Leslie's house. They are talking about, the kids, because Eva tells Dana Lesley that, she met Kat, and Kat she was a mean girl pretty much. Like she was reading that girl down, talking about her shoes, talking about her boots, and just really much saying how Kat was not nice. She was not friendly and all that stuff. And then, she was like, well, that's your sister. So y'all might be a lot alike in a certain ways. And but he said that the boy, he said that Martin was pretty cool. And now, okay, so here's Doug done called his friend. Doug done called Randy and told Randy to come down there and pretty much lend him some money. He talking about, oh, my mama, I'm good for it. Boy, don't put that on your mama. Your mama ain't got nothing to do with you going down there to that gambling house, wasting all your good money. And then he gonna have the nerve to tell Randy to get some money, to loan some money from pretty much his boss that owns the casino. He was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna keep giving you our good money so you can make it bad money. Like, I'm not about to keep doing that. He said, I don't know you since the sandbox. And right now, you need to calm down, because um it looks like Randy has been bailing Doug out for the longest, to the point to where Randy is like, I can't do this anymore. And my boss don't play. I ain't got time to be rocking around here with my legs broke. I was like, I don't either. Neither do you. And it looks like Doug is going to get into some deep mess when it comes down to these sharks. He's going to get into some mess. And I said, boy, you better know what you're doing. And like Randy said, I think it's time for you to tell your wife what he said, to death do us part. And I hope it ain't death do you part, Doug, because you done got yourself into some mess. Child, meanwhile, Vanessa finna get herself into some mess, if you know what I mean. Because they walking around I guess the condo or wherever they are, talking about, oh, are you ready to see the house? Yes, I'm ready to see the house. And they say, and then here we go, no more games. You know what we're here for. You know what we come to do. Child, they get to kissing and smooching and looking around. I was like, so do people see y'all? Because I do hear voices in the background, which leads me to believe that they're in a public place almost. But child, they get to kiss and they going on back there in that room. All right, so now it looks like Nicole is having one-on-ones with everybody today. First it was Kat, then it was Bradley, now it is Martin. And Martin is telling Nicole, like, I mean, he said he finna run. I said, what you finna run for? He said he finna run for president. I said, president of what? I guess president of these United States. And she said, oh my God, I'm so happy for you. I said, so does that mean Bradley is not going to go back to work now that you're going to be running for president? Child, when I tell you Martin is very self-absorbed, he's trying so hard to be his grandfather, or to maybe one up his grandfather, he's working overtime to where he's going to end up losing his family because he's in an arrogant situation. All right, so now back over here with Eva and Dana Lesley. So this is when Eva drops the news to Dana Lesley that the police officer Jacob came by and he was telling Ted about the incident with the driver and how they, and when she said the motorcyclist, Dana Lesley kind of got a little shook. Like, what did they get? So apparently, she told about the license plate. They didn't get the license plate, and of course, she on the helmet, so they couldn't identify the driver. And Eva just kind of was like, Mama, I really been tussling with this. Like, I've been thinking about it, and I just have to ask you, was that you that was driving that motorcycle? Because you did tell me sometimes you would go and rent motorcycles to ride sometimes, I guess, to relieve stress, to go and ride. And the audacity, the audacity of Dana Lesley. Why she gonna pull that guilt trip on her daughter, talking about, I can't believe you would do this to me after everything that I've done for you, after all we've been through together. I was like, don't do that. And I understand what you're really trying to lay the waterworks on, but at the same time, don't guilt your daughter. And first of all, you already guilted her into thinking that her father is this really, really bad guy. And now you're guilting her into thinking that you would do something that you would absolutely do. Which is run that girl down. But anyway, she was like, and then she gonna try to twist it and say, so you don't, just let me know if you don't want to do this anymore. Are you backing out? Are you backing out? You just playing mind games with this girl's head. And she was like, no, no, he's gonna pay for what he did to us. He's gonna pay. And so she said, well, you know what, you're gonna have to stay, you're gonna have to weigh it out. And pretty much you gonna get everything that you deserve. And she said, yes, my birthright. So I was just like, huh. And then my thing is, so who's the oldest? So is she has to be the oldest, shouldn't she? Because but Richard, but to me, Martin looks older than her. She don't even look old like that. She looks like she's around the same age as Kat. So when, I don't know, it was just, I don't know. I need to know some more pieces to this puzzle when it comes down to this storyline. And really, this storyline is one of the main ones I'm invested in because it's so confusingly good to me. So, yeah, y'all let me know. Is she supposed to be the oldest child? You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, Martin seems like he's so much older than all of them. Maybe it's just the way that he carries himself. But anyway, y'all, yeah, this was pretty. I mean, it was a filler episode, you can tell, but a lot is starting to unravel with the pieces. The pieces of the puzzle are really starting to come together, which is really, really good. So anyway, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. Yes, let me know what y'all think. Y'all have a great day. Bye.